Hello again YouTube, it's me. First of all, quick apology for last week's video because it was really depressing, so this time it's going to be a lot happier, I hope. I'm going to be talking about all my friends that I've made since I've come to uni because, you know, they're going to be a big part of my life for the next 3 years, so I probably should mention them once or twice. First person is Beth, who I've already mentioned a few times because she has her own YouTube channel. She's under the name Lady Penelope Jr. And, you know, her videos are hilariously funny. I do recommend watching them. So specifically if you can find her sex ed videos on The Sexual Futurist, which I will post a link to. Which I will post a link to right over here. So be sure to check that out because it is worth a little watch or two. Beth is a really nice girl, very intelligent, but she lacks common sense. Now, the best way to explain the lack of Beth's common sense is the story of her going to the shops at Spa. Now she goes there pretty much every day or every couple of days, and she gets herself a slushie like she always does, and you know the people there remember her. So she goes in this one time and she decides to buy a bottle of cherry coke. Yeah. And she goes up to the counter and she puts it down on the counter. Here's a little reenactment of what actually happened. Yeah, so she's not the most intelligent girl in the world, but we love her anyway. Then we've got Rachel. Now, Rachel is a lovely, really nice girl. She's from Northern Ireland, but she lived in Spain for the past 6 years, I think. We get on really well. First time I met her, we were sitting in a screening during Freshers Week, and they've played a film called Nadja, which is about a guy who's just got out of prison, found out that the woman he's in love with is with another guy who he doesn't like. So he kind of gets a bit angry, and there's a character in it of an angel, played by Cameron Moore. And as we were sitting and watching this film, I haven't met Rachel yet, and she's sitting just to the side of me, and as we're sitting there watching it, I turn around to her and I say, "Oh my god, he was beautiful." At which point she looks at me and she goes, "Oh my god, I was just thinking that." Then a few moments later, "Oh my god, wait, are you gay?" So that was how we met. It's going really well. And then of course we've got Caroline, who I have mentioned in a video previously, but the best thing about Caroline that I like is the fact that she is incredibly smooshy, except that she's not. She's an absolute dickhead in her own words, but she is a really quite lovely little girl. And I remember it was about 2 or 3 days after we'd met, and I'd met her boyfriend Herm by this point, who I'll be talking about in a bit. And she was going to have a shower, and I was going to wait until Herm got here, and then I was going to let him into the flat. And I go into my room, and I can suddenly hear this kind of banging noise. So I go back out into the hallway, and I have a look, and Caroline's standing, kind of holding on to both handles of her door and just jumping up and down. And I said to her, I was like, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I'm trying to see if the door will open from the outside without the key." So I said, "Okay, why don't you close the door? I'll open it again." And then, well, no. So she closes the door, I open it, it opens perfectly. And then I said to her, "Why didn't you just come out into the hallway and open the door yourself?" And she said, because if my key was in my room, I might get locked out." And I looked at her and I was like, "Caroline, why didn't you just bring the key with you?" There was kind of a moment's pause, and then we both burst out laughing, at which point Herm knocks on the door, I open it, kind of compose myself a little bit, and then Caroline stands on the other side of the door and just goes to try and make me laugh, which it did. I fell into the wall and couldn't breathe properly. I was laughing so much, it was brilliant. Which brings me on, nice and simply, to Herm, Caroline's boyfriend. His name's actually Tom, but that feels really weird to call him that, so Herm. And Herm is what I would call an eccentric, in a really good way. He wears the most amazing clothes. They're all like vintage stuff, and he's really, really interesting like that. And he's also a really deep person. Like, I've had some really nice conversations with him about just random stuff, and I absolutely love talking to him. I think he's amazing. And I remember it was last Thursday. He took me to this place called Jacob's Market. It's like an antique place, and we're walking around, and he's got this scarf wrapped around him that he's knitted. Or that he is knitting, I should say, because as we're walking around, he's standing there continuing his knitting. Just walking around this antique fair, just knitting at a scarf that he's currently wearing. It was fantastic. And then we've got Livy. Now, Livy I met about exactly a year ago now. We met at the open day at the uni of Glamorgan. And we got on really, really well. And at the moment, I don't want to use the word trying to set me up, but that pretty much is how it's going with one of her friends, who I sent around, and he is actually really cute, so all is going well there. But then we were supposed to be meeting them down, well, they told us they were at a park at the Bay, and I've been to the Bay a few times and I don't really remember any parks, so we went down anyway. Had a look around, couldn't find anything that remotely resembled a park. So we went into the tourist information and we were like, hi, we've lost our friends. They said they're in a park and they said they're at the Bay. Where could they be? And the woman at the desk was like, well, here's a map, and here are the nearest parks. So we had a look and we're like, right, there's like 4 parks in completely different directions, so we'll pick a couple of them, have a look, and if they're not there, we give up. We gave up after the second park. We just sat and had our own little picnic, had a little chat. It was really nice. I've been here for, a month and a half now, so I think it's overdue for me to be giving you a tour of my flat. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, so this is my flat. Try and do this slowly so that the camera doesn't go all blurry. There is my bathroom, my sink, my shower, which is, I'm not sure if you can see, stained green at the bottom because of going out as the Hulk for Caroline's birthday. And then if we come back out of the bathroom, my coat hooks, which have nothing on them, wardrobe with practically nothing in it, my bookcases with all of my books with me. I bought the bookcases with me, they weren't provided because I knew I'd have a crap load of books. That washing is clean, by the way, I just haven't got around to folding it. My horribly, horribly messy desk. My notice board with calendar, reminders about library books, and even better calendar. Very nice. My completely unmade bed and bedside table. We have the kitchen, complete with post-its for dirty and clean stuff. My cupboards with a random assortment of food and crap. And lots of tea, because tea is a necessity. Rather untidy side. That's where I made a sandwich earlier. Living room with 2 sofas and Johnny Depp. Ooh, look at Johnny Depp. And the much needed Depp Appreciations area sign. Yeah. That's Caroline's poster, by the way. She got it for her birthday. So that's my flat. Like, comment, and subscribe to the like and comment on the video, and then subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this ugly mug and the random thoughts that pop into my head. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.